run between New York and the Cape for steaks and mushrooms. Anyone who has made that trip regularly, indeed any trip along the Boston-Washington corridor, knows highway dysfunction at its worst. Traffic swarms the cities like a chaos of angry bees, and you quickly become one of the angriest. The trip from here to there can take an easy 4 hours, or miserable 7, but it's hard to know which when you depart. Traffic is unbearable, people say. But of course it isn't. Millions choose to bear it every day. Our 1985 Saab definitely didn't like stop-and-go traffic, in which it tended to run hot. It preferred the open road, where the aerodynamic body made it possible for a mere 115 horses to cruise at 75 miles an hour with ease. Keith continued to care for the Saab. When it developed leaks, he fed it fluids. He dutifully swapped it from one side of the street to the other in observance of alternate side parking. New Yorkers get by without a car, and the city doesn't make car ownership easy or cheap. But a car can definitely come in handy. Keith moved house twice, and reports that each time he found that he had exactly 2 Saabs worth of stuff. They seemed a good fit, Keith and the quirky Saab. Then Sasha's son killed our car. It ran well enough, he tells me, until the night of the N+1 Issue 2 party. This would have been February 2005. I'll let him tell the rest because I can't bear to. Chad and I were in charge of liquor procurement, and we drove the Saab to this place in Sunset Park, under the BQE, where you could get beer pretty cheap, and we managed to fit 36 cases of beer in the car. We actually had an argument over whether it'd be possible. I didn't think they would fit. Chad thought they would, and Chad was right. What we didn't realize was that this was too much weight for the Saab. The wheels were audibly rubbing against the wheel wells, and maybe something else was going on. Anyway, we made it back to our place and parked, but after that the Saab wouldn't move. The engine started, but the car wouldn't move. And there wasn't much time left until the party. Luckily, our managing editor's boyfriend was in a band, and they had a van, and we borrowed that. From there, the story devolves into tow trucks, lost paperwork, and a bicycle. I know he was sad, so I don't blame him. If you have tears, prepare to shed them now, he had said, before bending to the tale of the Saab's final days. And it's only a machine, after all. I'm assuming it was in thanks for letting him share the Saab's final years, or a foreshadowing of guilt, that he asked me to write for his new magazine's website. I sent him a piece about how Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger wanted to terminate my 1976 Buick Estate wagon. Keith made the piece much better, put it up on the website, and here we are. This is a book about our relationships to cars and through cars and the stories we tell about those relationships, both as individuals and as a nation. How we understand the history of the American automobile and make sense of our automobile-dependent present will determine the driverless future. My Saab story is uniquely my own, but hardly unique. Whether Americans ride in a car daily or almost never, they inhabit a nation, the landscape, society, culture, and economy of which were remade during the 20th century around the privately owned automobile. That uniquely American experience of teaching our children to drive bonds us together. It is a fraught moment, a time of uncommon closeness between parents and their adolescents yearning to be free. They suddenly need their parents in a way they haven't since puberty. For parents, it is bittersweet. We see our roles reversed and our babies moving freely in the world for the first time. Their operator's license will identify them as first-class citizens, with all the privileges of a driver. Second-class citizens, those too poor, too old, or too infirmed to have a car, still must inhabit the landscape the automobile has wrought and remain dependent. Deadening sprawl has made walking, cycling, and even motorized mass transport logistically impossible. Like it or not, automobility is our national way of life. I don't